Think about your morning. What's the first thing you do? For many, it's reaching for a smartphone, our alarm, news source, and social lifeline. This device is more than a tool. It's a companion, holding our schedules, memories, and connections. We trust it to wake us, guide us, and keep us informed. Our homes are filled with machines that anticipate our needs. Coffee makers, smart thermostats, digital assistants. Each promises convenience, but together, they form a web of automation that shapes our routines. We expect instant answers and seamless service, rarely pausing to notice how deeply these devices are woven into our lives. Our daily dance with technology feels natural, but it's worth asking. When does helpfulness become dependence? Are we still in control, or are we surrendering our autonomy to the silent efficiency of our machines? This is our new normal, a world where human intention and machine execution are inseparable. The question is not whether we use these tools but how much of ourselves we hand over to them. As we invite machines into our most intimate spaces, we must consider what we gain and what we risk losing. Are we the masters of our tools, or are we becoming shaped by their constant presence? The answer will define our future. Our dependence on machines began with a simple wish to make life easier. Early machines, washing machines, vacuum cleaners, freed us from tedious chores, offering liberation and more free time. These tools were celebrated, not feared. They had clear, limited roles. But as technology evolved, machines became smaller, smarter, and more personal. Calculators saved us from mental math. Word processors fixed our spelling. We offloaded simple mental tasks, believing we were freeing our minds for bigger things. The internet accelerated this shift. Suddenly, knowledge was a search away. We stopped memorizing and started searching, trading depth for speed. Each new convenience seemed minor, but together, they built a digital scaffold around our lives. We became finders of knowledge, not keepers. Our skills shifted from remembering to searching, from knowing to accessing. This was a subtle but profound change. We embraced these tools, rarely questioning what we might be losing. Our dependence moved from the physical to the mental. The more we relied on machines, the less we noticed the skills we were outsourcing. The promise was always efficiency, but the cost was gradual and hidden. We are still exploring the consequences of this shift today. Our journey with machines is ongoing, and the balance is still being struck. The question remains, what do we gain, and what do we give up? Today, we routinely outsource our thinking to machines. GPS apps guide us turn by turn, so we no longer build mental maps. Algorithms recommend what to buy, watch, or listen to, shaping our choices and tastes. Decision-making is increasingly influenced by data-driven suggestions, financial, health, even personal. These tools are helpful, but they also create bubbles, narrowing our exposure to new ideas. We trust algorithms we don't understand, letting them filter our world. The more we rely on curated answers, the less we practice asking questions or weighing options ourselves. Our critical thinking skills atrophy when machines do the heavy lifting. We become adept at following guidance, but less skilled at independent judgment. The process of thinking itself is being outsourced, not just the tasks. This convenience comes at a cost, a subtle erosion of our ability to analyze, compare, and decide. When the guidance disappears, will we remember how to think for ourselves? Machines are powerful partners, but we must remain active participants in our own decisions. The challenge is to use these tools without surrendering our agency. Otherwise, we risk losing the very skills that make us human. Our relationship with machines is emotional as well as practical. Devices fill every idle moment, waiting in line, riding the bus, even during conversations. They offer instant escape from boredom and discomfort, making solitude feel unfamiliar. We use screens to soothe anxiety, chase dopamine hits, and regulate our moods. Social media and messaging apps keep us connected, but often at the cost of authentic, spontaneous interaction. We curate our digital selves, filtering out the messy reality of human connection. The comfort of constant connection is always within reach, but it can breed anxiety when it's lost, nomophobia, the fear of being without our phones. Our devices have become emotional pacifiers, mediating our relationships with others and ourselves. This bond is powerful, but it changes how we experience loneliness, friendship, and even self-worth. We are not just using machines, we are building relationships with them. The emotional consequences are complex and far-reaching. As we grow attached to our devices, we must ask, are they supporting our well-being or quietly reshaping it? The answer shapes our emotional landscape. As machines take over tasks, our own skills can fade. Memory weakens when phones store every number, date, and fact. Focus suffers in a world of constant notifications and bite-sized information. Deep work, reading, writing, or conversation, becomes harder as our attention fragments. Patience dwindles in an on-demand world. We expect instant results and grow frustrated with delays. This impatience seeps into relationships and personal growth, where shortcuts don't exist. Navigation and spatial awareness decline as we follow GPS, losing touch with our surroundings. We risk feeling lost and helpless if technology fails. These fading skills, memory, focus, patience, navigation, are not just practical, they're part of being human. Outsourcing them to machines changes how we learn, connect, and experience the world. The trade-off is efficiency for depth, convenience for capability. We must decide which skills are worth preserving. The choice is ours, but the consequences are lasting. Deepening dependence on machines brings real risks. When we trust complex systems we don't understand, we become passive consumers. Professionals may lose judgment relying on black box tools without questioning their outputs. Algorithms guide our choices, subtly shaping preferences and beliefs. Sometimes without our awareness, our autonomy erodes as we follow paths laid out by machines, mistaking persuasion for free will. System failures, power outages, server crashes reveal our vulnerability. Over-reliance creates single points of failure with potentially catastrophic consequences. Most profoundly, we risk losing the skills that define our humanity: memory, focus, patience, empathy. These are not just abilities but the foundation of rich inner lives and meaningful relationships. The danger isn't a robot uprising, but our own willing transformation into something less human. The real threat is becoming more like the machines we depend on. The answer isn't to reject technology, but to use it with intention. We must balance convenience with the preservation of our human skills. Technology should supplement, not replace, our abilities. Use GPS to explore, but also learn your surroundings. Search online, but commit knowledge to memory. Create device-free moments, dinners, walks, reading time to recharge and reflect. Mindful use means asking, is this tool serving my goals or distracting me from them? Set boundaries to reclaim time and attention from constant digital demands. Be the pilot, not the passenger, in your relationship with technology. By choosing how and when we engage, we ensure tech enhances rather than diminishes our humanity. Balance is a practice, not a destination. The goal to use technology deliberately, on our own terms. To stay resilient, we must actively strengthen the skills at risk. Treat mental fitness like physical exercise, practice focus, memory, and patience. Set aside time for single tasking. Read, write, or learn without distractions. Challenge your memory. Memorize a poem, a recipe, or a phone number. Navigate familiar routes without GPS to sharpen spatial awareness. Embrace moments of quiet. Wait in line without your phone. Sit in silence. Reflect. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's a chance to connect with your thoughts and emotions. These practices rebuild the neural pathways that technology neglects. Our brains are powerful tools, let's use them. By reclaiming these skills, we enrich our lives and preserve what makes us human. The digital world is loud, make space for your own inner voice. We stand at a crossroads. Technology offers power and convenience, but also the risk of diminished humanity. The future is shaped by our choices, not by machines alone. Awareness is our first defense. Understand how technology works and how it affects us. Teach digital literacy. Know not just how to use tools, but how they shape our lives. Value core human skills, deep reading, real conversation, time in nature. Use technology to amplify strengths, not compensate for weaknesses. Human capability must remain the foundation of our digital world. We must set the agenda, designing tech that aligns with our values: autonomy, privacy, connection, well-being. This responsibility belongs to all of us. creators, regulators, and users. The machines are here to stay, but we choose how they fit into our lives. Will we be thoughtful architects or passive subjects? The choice is ours. Let's choose to be architects.